Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today is Sunday, the 27th of November 2022. Today's video is about Qatar's soccer and the unholy bribe. Why is it unholy? Because bribe is always unholy. And some people may say that FIFA is known that they take bribe. That's true. But that does not have much to do with what Qatar is doing. Yes, FIFA accepts bribes, that's known for a long time. There's corruption everywhere, including in FIFA. So I'm not going to talk about that, but I'm going to talk about the religious holy aspect or unholy aspect of bribe. When we read in the book that was established by the founder of this ideology called Islam, let's see. I'm going to give the explanation and then we'll see what is really going on. Okay. It is Quran 9 verse 60. Okay. And it says like, the taxes that or zakah or the money, the tithing, if you will, that it's collected, whether it's by force or voluntarily, that money can be used for the poor, the needy, and for the workers who work to help these people to get the money or to distribute the food or the money to them, like salary, which is okay. I'm okay with all that. But the part that is coming for also to those who here it says the heart are attracted to Islam. No, it's not really attracted more than you attract them to Islam through giving them a bribe. You bribe them practically. And why do you bribe them and not go and subjugate them like you subjugated other people and other tribe and other villages and towns and so on and so forth? These were large tribes with a strong army. And that was in the beginning when the founder of this ideology started, and he cannot fight these big tribes. So it's a business. So what do? You cannot fight them. Win them to your side to be at least like friends. Make them like friends. How to make them friends? They hate your guts because you are killing everybody around and looting, and you cannot loot them because they are stronger, and they know if they become weak they will be the next target. So what do? You offer them money, bribe. And as they say, easy come, easy go. You go out to a small tribe, loot their wealth, take their camels and their livestock, and it becomes yours. He used to give them of this livestock 100 camel to this tribe, the head of this tribe, 200 camels to the head of the other tribe. It's not his money. It's easy. It's from other people. We just looted them yesterday. We cannot have any. We cannot have all of these camels anyway. We cannot feed them in the desert. So give them as presents to these people, and you have good relationship with them. Okay. Until about 5-6 years ago, Saudi Arabia was actually on top of the list of the Islamic countries, leading by bribing their way to the top. I know of one incident I'm going to speak of, but let's say if you go to New York City, in Manhattan, in the northern part of Manhattan, there's a huge grand mosque that to maintain it costs probably thousands of dollars daily to heat and cool. It's a grand mosque. You have to have people working there. They are paid. This costs millions of dollars probably every month. To build that grand mosque, I'm very sure some officials in New York have received something. I know that. Okay? They opened their way through money as it was used long ago. The formula is already in front of them how to open the path. There are many corrupt people. All of us have certain corruption. Okay? It's just how much it is. So give them money, they open the path, and in London, in Paris, in New York. And a case I know of personally, that was in Japan, in Tokyo, Japan. A young man, a friend of mine, you could say, he's from Pakistan originally. And that was 1988 or 1989, I can't remember exactly. And this man, he was married to a Japanese lady. He was Muslim, originally from Pakistan. And because of his religion, his wife, she decided to study about Islam. So anyway, she bought books and she was examining, asking and trying to understand and so on and so forth. And one day he took her to the Islamic Center in Tokyo. Anyway, they spoke with her and they told her, if you say this verse, you become Muslim and you are one of us. So she doesn't know. She said it. Okay, she's Muslim. They gave her a huge sum of money. How I don't know exactly how much, but I know they bought a house from this money, and she bought a business in Tokyo. And if you know, the prices in Tokyo is outrageous. That's back then, 1988 or 1989. Now it's probably sky high. Okay? So that was a bribe. That was unholy bribe, or they call it holy or whatever. Call it whatever you want. She was given that amount of money by Saudi Arabia. After a while, probably a year or so, he told me that both of them left this nonsense because they felt, if this is good, why do you bribe me? If this teaching is good, why do you have to buy me over? If it's good, it's good. I'll come by myself voluntarily. And I think the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, he came to that understanding. You cannot buy the mind of the people of the world. You cannot. You may be able to buy some weak-minded people or weak-minded leaders, but not everyone. Not everyone. So both of them actually, they left this nonsense. Both. They felt this is wrong. Good for them. Now, Qatar, after Saudi Arabia left that spearhead position to buy people, the mind of people and the mind of countries, to spread this poison using this unholy bribe to advance this nonsense, they gave it up, which is good. However, you have that tiny country, but has tremendous amount of oil and gas, that they are filthy rich, and they don't know exactly, like back then when they had all these camels and all this all these horses and all the looting that they took from other tribes. You cannot keep them all. They couldn't keep them all because you are living in the desert. How are you going to sustain these animals? How much water do you need for them? There's no much water around. There's no much food for them. So it's better, give them up to these people. They use them, and meanwhile, you keep them not to declare war against you because they can crush you. The same thing is happening today. I don't want to talk about whether the FIFA received bribe to have the soccer cup played in Qatar. It's none of my business, really. I mean, there might be, I'm sure there are corrupt people, and that's not the first time FIFA is accused of corruption, but that's FIFA. Now we are talking about what's happening in Qatar and consequently what's happening in Iran. Qatar is using the method that the founder of this ideology used to try to influence the world, that Islam is wonderful. Come and join us. So they are using that unholy path, giving unholy gift. Call it bribe, call it whatever you want. And not just on the FIFA. They are actually, there is a report that many people now are paid. Who knows, they are coming from many different countries. They offer ticket, hotel, food, and some money for them to come to participate in that soccer event to cheer for Qatar. They lost in they lost in the opening game. Anyway, whatever, you can do whatever you want. But reality, this is what's happening. They are trying to revive this ideology. I really don't know, because to me it is very evident and it is very clear. When you look at the situation and what's happening today in Iran, recently 3 people, influential people in Iran, has been arrested. One famous Iranian soccer player, he spoke against the government and what's happening. And he is supporting the people, if the women of Iran, if they want to take off that headscarf, they can. He was arrested. Two Iranian actresses, well-known actress, spoke against the government and supported the women of Iran if they want to take the headscarf off. It's their business. The government is to leave them alone. They were arrested. I am very sure these people will be tortured, will receive so much pain. However, to me, like, Qatar is trying to revive this dead animal. You can't revive the dead. The dead is dead. Whereas Saudi Arabia understood that it is dead, and they are really taking different direction. So this ideology, I really see it dead. And I'm wondering why a person like the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia can see the same, and the leader of Qatar still trying to revive it, accepting the Muslim Brotherhood who ran away from Saudi Arabia, ran away from Egypt, ran away from many different countries because they either will end up in prison or dead, because they committed tremendous atrocity and they caused a lot of pain, and probably they killed people. So these people, actually some of them are sentenced to death by court, especially from Egypt. They are living in this small country, Qatar, and Qatar is protecting them, but we don't know for how long. This is a very small, tiny country, and it can't continue forever. So, yes, this is actually also the same. You speak to a Muslim person who is really unaware, but these are the commoner, you could say. They tell you Islam is growing, God bless you, Islam is growing all over the world. Many people becoming Muslim, influential people becoming Muslim. And honestly, yes, there are many people becoming Muslim, but for me, you have to have something wrong in your head to accept this ideology as a guiding line, a guide to your life, to kill, to loot, to steal, and call it it's it's the looting of my looting. I kill a man, I take his wife, and she becomes my sex slave. The Holy Prophet told us that. How can you live with your conscience like that? So anyone, like this Pakistani man with Japanese wife, they felt something wrong. You are trying to buy my mind, using your petrodollar money to buy my mind. No, they both left this nonsense. Okay, whereas I don't want to talk about the people who take this faith, I don't call it faith, this ideology as a way of life. You must have something wrong in your head to agree to loot people's wealth, to take their wives and their daughters to rape, and you think this is okay, and you declare publicly that you follow this ideology. Something wrong in your head, I'm sorry. Okay, so you have Iran now still trying to hold on to this nonsense. You cannot continue forever. It is the end. It is the end. That Qatar was the first country that actually established the first Islamic nation, and it's Iran that this Islamic nation is collapsing. Once this takes place in Iran, all these nations that they had their hopes up to establish another Islamic nation. Iran was the Sunni Islamic nation. The Saudi was trying to actually establish Sunni Islamic nation similar to that of Iran. They gave it up. They know it's not working. I don't know why Qatar is continuing. It's similar to those who are becoming Muslim, believe that Islam is going to grow and is going to control the world and is going to be the best on earth. Why they don't see, I don't know. But to me, it is very clear. It's very clear. And regardless, even in Iran, if the government succeed to crush the revolution again in Iran, it will not be forever. Pretty soon again, the government, the Islamic government, lost its legitimacy. It's done. It's a matter of time. We thank you very much. We hope to hear from you.